Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Kapukit Life, where we talk about the universe, coconuts, and everything else in between. So let's see who's around today. Gia Vu, good evening. Ni Nguyen Huang Truman. Nile, you're here. Tuha Tung Yan Nguyen. Good evening, everyone. Nice to be here again, another episode of Kampung Kid Live. And I will apologize in advance. Okay, I apologize in advance if there is any quality problem with my video and audio. I just had a major system failure just before this, and we just really set all this up in the last 45 minutes. Okay, but we're here, and we're going to do a show tonight. And in the next 60 minutes, let's start taking a look at the first question for the evening. And the first question for the evening is how to overcome FOMO, fear of missing out. So this question, this question is interesting. Okay, this question is interesting to me at many levels. But before I talk about the many levels, let's really take a look. What is FOMO? Okay, FOMO, fear of missing out. So there are two elements to that. The first element is fear, and the second element is missing out. And then the question is missing out on what? Okay. And if I look at the entire question, okay, so you want to overcome FOMO, overcome the fear of missing out, really means overcoming a fear. Okay, whatever that fear is, and in this case, fear of missing out. Then missing out on what? And I will say this, which I've actually said before in my other in some of my previous live streams. What is fear? Okay, what really is fear? Okay, fear is an emotion. Okay, fear is an emotion. Fear is a state of mind. Fear is neither good or bad, neither right or wrong. Okay, fear is just fear, and fear is part of our entire range. That's part of our experience in life. Okay, and fear protects us. Okay, fear protects us against something. Okay, fear is something that we notice that tells us that there's something that we need to look out for. And in this case, missing out. Why do you want to overcome? Why would you want to overcome? My question in return would be this: why would you want to overcome? So I look at the question: why would you want to overcome the fear of missing out? Because the fear of missing out is neither good or bad, right or wrong. Okay, it is just what it is. So sometimes it works for us, and sometimes it works against us. Okay, it's neither good or bad, not right or wrong. Sometimes it works for us, this fear of missing out, because when we have a fear of missing out, and then depending on what we have, that fear of that thing that we fear missing out, it drives us. Okay, it drives us actually to do something to acquire that thing that we are afraid that we would miss out. Okay, in other instances, this fear of missing out may be for that thing that we actually don't need. Okay, we actually don't need, and then we spend a lot of energy, time, resource, effort, okay, going after this thing that we don't actually need. Okay, and then at the expense of something else that we could invest our time, energy, resources, or whatever it is to do. So it depends. Okay, so to me, it depends what it is that we want. Okay, so to me, it depends on what it is that I want. And then noticing when the fear of missing out comes up, what it is, and is that fear aligned to the things that I actually want in my life. So I don't see a need. Okay, I don't actually see a need to overcome the fear of missing out, but I see a need for me to be clear about what it is that I actually want, and how committed I am to getting that, and be driven instead from desire rather than fear. Okay, that I will have less of whatever that is, rather driven by my commitment to create whatever that life that I want, and what is in that life that I want. Okay, and sometimes this fear of missing out works for me because it pushes me. Okay, it pushes me forward to get that thing. Okay, so I don't see it as a need to overcome FOMO. I see a need to notice when FOMO comes up, and then being clear. Okay, it's feedback. Okay, what is this telling me about what I want and I don't have yet? Okay, is this missing out because other people have it, and if other people have it and if I don't have it, then what's the cost of not having it, and does it matter? Or is this something that I want that I don't have yet, and if I don't have it yet, there is a consequence to that where I will experience a negative consequence. Okay, so what does that mean? I might have a fear of missing out doing some of the things that I want in my life, which could be planting planting banana trees and having bananas. Okay, and um, that's part of the things, part of the experience that I want in life. Okay, and if I don't do it, okay, this may come up and say, hey, you will never have the experience. You will never have the experience of actually plucking your own bananas from your own banana tree, and that might drive me in this lifetime, okay, to actually do it, because it takes time to grow the banana tree and to experience or have experience of different types of bananas that I want to grow. Okay, so that fear that I will miss out on this experience might compel me to actually take action to do it. So that works for me. But if same thing, okay, I'm not interested in bananas at all. I don't like bananas. Okay, if I don't like bananas, but everyone else around me are growing banana trees. And they're having experience of bananas. And if I'm looking at that, say, wow, everybody's planting banana trees, and I don't have, maybe there's something I'm going to miss, but I actually don't want. I actually don't want any bananas at all. And if I take action because everyone else is doing it, and I fear that because everyone else is doing, I'm not doing it, I'm missing something, then that's not going to work for me, because I'm going to waste time, energy, resource, okay, on something that I don't actually want. Okay, so it starts with being clear. Okay, it starts with being clear on what I want, and then noticing whether this fear is aligned to helping me move forward in the direction that I am aligned to, that I want, or is it moving me away somewhere else that I don't really want to be? Okay, but this ability to notice, okay, this, if I'm able to notice, okay, instead of just being driven by the fear and just doing because it comes up, being able to notice and stop and pausing and asking, is this what I want or is it not? Then gives me a choice. Okay, it gives me a choice if I want to invest effort or not. Okay, so the first thing is being clear. Okay, is this fear working for me, or is it working against me? If it's working for me, then what do I need to do? If it's working against me, then I can choose, okay, actually not to take action, because it doesn't matter. Okay, because that thing that I might be missing out on really doesn't matter. So for me, it's getting clear. Okay, hope that makes sense to you guys. Okay, I don't think we can unlearn. How to learn, unlearn, relearn. I don't think we can unlearn. And I don't believe in unlearning. I don't actually believe in unlearning. Why do I say that? Because all learning contributes to our growth. Okay? And learning as opposed to programming, okay, or conditioning or whatever it is. Why would you want to unlearn something? Okay, to me, everything is valuable. Okay, there's no good or bad learning. Okay, there's no right or wrong learning. Okay, and we cannot learn less. So I don't agree. I don't actually agree to learn, unlearn, and relearn. I do believe in getting more distinctions, okay, and then acquiring knowledge, skills, and tools in a way that works for us, for me. There's nothing to unlearn. There really isn't. Okay, to me, there really isn't something to unlearn, because why would I want to unlearn something? Am I saying that this is not useful to me? Am I saying that it's what am I saying? What is it? What is it that I want to unlearn? Humans are designed to learn by making mistakes. The universe creates growth for us through by giving us gifts, and the gifts come in the form of struggle, obstacles, challenges. If we learn something that doesn't work for us, if I learn something that doesn't work for me, then I have successfully understood that thing that doesn't work for me, and in that I have actually learned something as well. Not to use that knowledge, or that knowledge doesn't work for me, but I will not want to unlearn it. I will not want to unlearn it. Okay, I want to keep it because that was part of my growth. That was part of the things that didn't work. That was part of my experience, which is as valuable as things that work for me. So I won't want to unlearn or relearn. I will want to simply continue to expand whatever it is that I want to get in my life. And then I go back to talking about the games that we play in our lives. Okay, and I play all sorts of games in my life. Okay, from the money game to the relationship game to the business game to community game and everything else in between. Okay, inevitably, not everything that I learn. Okay, so when we play a game, okay, so I talk about playing games, right? To understand playing the games, okay, what's the problem? I need to solve. Understand who the players are in the game. What's the environment like, and what are the rules of the game? What do I need to understand about the game? And then I strategize, okay, by looking at what problem I need to solve and what knowledge, skills, and tools I need to acquire to solve the problem that I'm facing in my game. Okay, that I need to practice. Okay, none of which I will want to unlearn, because all the knowledge contributes to me actually moving forward. The knowledge that works for me, the knowledge that works against me, all play a part. The knowledge that doesn't work, okay, is where I will make mistakes, and that's where I will correct, and that's where I will grow. Knowledge that works for me, skills and tools, okay, helps me move forward, okay, but may not contribute in terms of the mistakes I will make and the growth I will get from making those mistakes. Okay, and all of it is valuable. I would not want to unlearn it. Okay, I would want to learn more, but I will not want to unlearn what I've already learned. Okay, what does it mean? Okay, what does actually mean when I unlearn? And the thing is, it is not physically possible, okay, for us to unlearn something. When we learn something, what happens? It is wired in our brain. Okay, it is actually wiring that we create in our brain when we learn something. Okay, what are you gonna do? Remove the wiring? What is more important? Okay, what is more important really is to understand, okay, what didn't work. Okay, what is more important is to understand what was this that I learned that didn't move me forward, so that I can learn something that will move me forward. Okay, so to me, I won't want to learn. Oh my God. Okay, I already feel tired. If I'm going to unlearn and relearn, there's so much effort. There's so much effort. Okay, I'll rather expand. I'll rather create expansion instead. Because to put in effort to unlearn something, why not just invest the same effort to learning something different? So don't learn. Okay, don't learn, unlearn, and relearn. Okay, learn, correct, and expand. Why do hurt people? Why do hurt people hurt people? I don't know if all hurt people will hurt other people. But when okay, I don't really think that all hurt people will hurt other people. That's number one. But why do hurt people if they do hurt people? So what happens? What happens when we are hurt? Um, it is likely, okay, under what circumstances would someone be hurt? Under what circumstances or conditions would I be hurt? And when I am hurting, what is the experience that I am getting? So if I'm hurt, okay, so I'm just thinking out I'm just thinking out loud right now. Okay. If I'm hurt, I'm in pain, there must be something that is causing the pain. Okay, there must be a stimulus. I will not get hurt, right? So I will not get hurt just like that spontaneously. I get hurt because there may be an external factor that's causing the hurt. It also could be something that's going on inside for me that's creating the hurt. But whatever it is, okay, there's no smoke without fire. Okay, there is always the hurting, okay, or pain is just a symptom of something that is not working. And when I am in a situation where I am hurting, something is not working, I need to figure a way to protect myself. Okay, because when I'm hurting, I am possibly in a vulnerable state. I am not at my strongest. Okay, I'm in a vulnerable state. No, so that there are chemical reactions that occur. Okay, the chemical reactions that occur within us, and one of these chemical reactions that occur within me may be when I am hurt, my adrenaline goes up. Okay, fight or flight response comes up. Okay, I may have a need to defend myself, to protect myself, to stop myself from being hurt more, or to prevent myself from being hurt more. But whatever it is, I want to get out of the hurt situation. Okay, and my response might be in defense. Okay, so my response might be in defense of being hurt and vulnerable, and I might respond in a way that is protective, is defensive, and in the process of doing that, I might inevitably hurt someone else. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking. Okay, and in that situation, that might be what happens. Okay, because I'm reacting to the pain, because I am attempting to cope, because I'm attempting to protect myself, and maybe at that point in time, the only way to prevent myself or to prevent myself from being hurt further or to protect myself might actually be a defensive act that inevitably hurts someone else. Okay, that's what I am reflecting on. If I am not hurt, so on the other hand, if I am not hurting, okay, I'm not hurting, I am the opposite state. Okay, I'm in state of joy, I'm in state of peace, and everything's going well and working for me. Then there's no need to defend. Okay, there's no need to defend, there's no need to protect, there's no need to whatever it is. Okay, and then the consequence of my interaction, I'm not defensive, I'm not in protection, and then I might not hurt anyone, right? So I'm just looking at the other extreme. But in thinking through all this as well, sometimes I get that not all pain is physical, right? So not all pain is physical. So we may be experiencing emotional, mental trauma or pain, and part of that part of that protection that comes up, okay, would also be toxic behaviors. Okay, that may be toxic behaviors that where we want to defend ourselves, we want to protect ourselves from more emotional trauma, from more mental anguish, whatever it is, and we may put up walls, we may exhibit toxic behaviors that may not hurt other people physically, but emotionally, mentally, or otherwise as well. Okay, so we can talk about it in many dimensions. Okay, but what I will say is it comes from a defense mechanism. Okay, it comes from a protective mechanism. It comes from defense. Okay, we just want to survive. We just want to preserve ourselves, and maybe the only way to do that without intending to results in someone else getting hurt. That's what I see. It's difficult. Okay, it's difficult. But I guess the awareness of this. Sometimes we get hurt by other people, right? Sometimes we get hurt by other people, and I guess in reflecting this, it's also understanding maybe it's not their fault, maybe it's not their intention, maybe there's something else going on, and instead of feeling hurt by someone else who is lashing out or being protective and all that, or shutting us out, maybe it's coming from understanding that, hey, there's something else going on for that person. Maybe it's coming from love and compassion, that that's not what the person is about. Okay, that person is not intending to create hurt, but just cannot help it because there's something else going on. Why can our body be compared to a temple? That's a very loaded. Hey, boy, you're asking me such a difficult question. So if I think of what a temple is, okay, it's a holy place. Okay, right? It's a holy place. It's a place of worship. It's a place of that's sacred. That's what I would imagine a temple to be. Okay, it's a place of that is important, that needs to be preserved, respected, that needs to be honored, that needs to be revered. It is also a safe space, okay, to rest. It is a place of peace. It is a place of belonging. It's a place where we connect with spirit. It's a place where we can be whoever we are. So I'm imagining temple. Okay, it's a place that is safe. So if a temple is all that, okay, so if a temple is all that, okay, I never really saw it like that before. You guys, before boy, you're asking this question now. But indeed, if a temple is all that I've talked about, okay, um, and we look at our life, okay, we look at our life, we look at this journey that we have in this physical world. Okay, and I talk about this physical world because There may be other worlds. Okay, there may be other worlds. There may be other realities. There may be other dimensions. There may be all this. We don't know. I don't know. Okay, what I know is I'm here right now. I was born, and at some point in my life, I'm going to die. Right? That's all of us. And in between is a journey of physical growth. Okay, from being the infant to and growing up, and at some point, my body will fail and then stop functioning, and my existence in this physical world will cease. Okay, so that's life. In this journey, our experience of this physical world is through this body that we have. Okay, we interact with this physical world through our senses. Okay, our touch, feel, taste, smell, sight, our hearing. Okay, we feel, we experience life through this body. Right? Without this body, we can't interact, we can't touch, we can't hug, we can't have an experience. So this body gives us is a tool. Okay, it gives us the capacity to experience this physical world. And it's our only vehicle. Okay, it's our only vehicle, okay, that will take us through this lifetime. And we can't get away. Right? We can't get away. We can't go anywhere. We can't run away from our body. Okay, so to me, if this is what it is, if our body, if my body is the vessel, the vehicle through which I will experience this life, then I want to honor it. I want to take care of it. I want to revere it. I want to acknowledge as much as possible, because it's giving me everything that I experience in my life. Okay, I will honor it. Okay, I will. It's a safe space. Okay, it's a space. It's a space of peace and safety and everything else in between. So I will, from that perspective, okay, from that perspective, I will see. Okay, then I need to hold it. I need to hold it at the highest level. Okay, I need to take care of it. Okay, I need to worship it. Okay, but not in the way that it may sound, but really give it its place that it deserves. Okay, at as the utmost important place that I have. I hope that makes sense. I'm doing my best to explain it with words that sometimes I can't find. Okay, but that's how I would see it, and that's how, if I were to compare, okay, then that would be those would be the reasons that I would have, okay, to comparing this physical body as to a temple, sacred. How do we distinguish between trap and opportunity? Drama and no drama. What's a trap? Okay, a trap is something we fall into and get stuck. Okay, so I'm just looking at, okay, what's a trap? Okay, what's a trap? A trap is something that will get us stuck. Okay, get us stuck. Okay, it locks us in. It there is a negative consequence. It makes us unable to move. It makes us, it imprisons us. It takes things away from us. It hurts us. Okay, a lot of drama, a lot of drama. And opportunity is something that will expand what we have. It will help us move forward. It will uh, enable us to learn or grow, um, so and experience positive consequences. Okay, so that's the end outcome. Okay, so when I'm looking at something, okay, so if it were me and I'm looking at something, then I would ask, okay, clarity leads to power. Okay, so money and you, we talk about that. Okay, clarity leads to power, and usually also, okay, um, in a trap, in a trap, a trap, okay, inevitably to me has is either a win-win, it's either a win-lose or a lose-lose outcome or situation. It will lead to a win-lose or a lose-lose outcome. An opportunity will lead to a win-win, win-win-win-win-win-win-win outcome. Okay, expansion versus contraction. So when I look at events, when I look at occurrences, when I look at things that come up, okay, the questions I will ask, okay, the questions I will ask, okay, so it's a game, right? Okay, go back to game. Okay, go back to game. Okay, in this game, okay, so something comes up, and I look at it. Okay, so in this game, what is this game about? Okay, inevitably, there's a problem that needs to be solved. There are players involved. There's the environment, and there are rules of the game. What is the outcome that this game will create? However I play this game, can I play this? If I play this game, if I understand this game, I look at the game, I look at what this game is about, and if I decide, and then I assess if I decide to play this game. Okay, if I decide to play this game, number one, is it going to create expansion in value? Okay, for all the players involved. Okay, if not, then who are the players that will experience a loss, and will I be one of them? Will I get stuck in that game that will continue to drain my time, energy, resources? However I play this game, whatever knowledge, skills, and tools I acquire, okay, is the outcome going to involve win, lose, or lose, lose? And sometimes if I decide I to get into this game, and it continues, and then it starts to suck me in. Okay, the thing about humans is this: we don't like to lose. Okay, we don't like to lose. Okay, and when we start losing, we want to get it back. And some of these games, if I get in, I start losing. I want to get it back, get what I lose back. Then the more I want to get what I lost back, the more I put in, it becomes a downward spiral. Okay, it goes down and down and down and down. Then I get stuck. I get stuck in the game. I get trapped in the game because I'm losing more and more, and I want to get it back. I can't win. Okay, so that is a game that I can't win. So that if I am, if I see that, then it's not a game that will play. It's not a game that will play. It's a game that will trap me and get me stuck. Okay, but if I look at a game and say, wow, okay, it creates tremendous value for all the players involved. The problems can be solved in a way that works for everyone. Okay, with the knowledge, skills, and tools I acquire at practice. Okay, it's going to work. It's going to create expansion. It's going to create growth. It's going to move me forward. Then I'll play the game. Then I will play that game. Okay, so that's why it's to me, it's very, very important before getting into the game to understand what that game is about. Okay, there are lots of games that are driven. Okay, there are a lot of games that are out there that are driven by environments that are driven by rules, that are driven by um, players or problems that need to be solved that get people stuck. And then to be able to be aware and avoid those games. Okay, not worth thing. Okay, and if I accidentally, okay, that's okay. There are no accidents. There are no victims, only volunteers. there are no victims, only volunteers. If I unintentionally get into one of these games because I was not clear enough, or I didn't investigate the game enough, and I get myself into the game, then I need to be able to cut loss. Okay, I need to be able to cut loss, and once I recognize that, hey, this is a win lose or lose lose game, it's not working. Um, it wasn't clear when I got into the game. It is clear now. I may have lost some, but I need to get out, cut loss, and cut loss is something a lot of people find very difficult to do. Okay, so I need to be able to cut loss, get out before I lose more. Okay, so the way I distinguish is to look at it as a game. Okay, this thing that's come up. Okay, what is this game? Understand the game, and what is the potential inevitable outcome that will be created in this game? Is it lose lose, win lose, or is it win win? Understand the game. Okay, and you know the thing is we can have so many conversations about these games. Okay, we have so many conversations about these games. The crypto game, okay, the war game, okay, the control game, the and everything else in between. Okay, the forex game, the casino game. And sometimes it may not be so clear. Okay, sometimes it may not be so clear because some of these games present amazing opportunities. Okay, then you get into the game, then you realize, hey, very cleverly packaged. Get up. How to make our students cannot cannot make them think for themselves. cannot. They have to decide whether they want to think for themselves or not. Okay, so we cannot make. Okay, so Money and you, we say this: for things to change, first I must change. Okay, how many of you have had people who have attempted to change you? Did it work? How many of you have attempted to change other people? Did it work? Okay, so making our students think, for themselves is really saying that we want them to change and start thinking for themselves. And that's not going to happen. we can't do that. Okay, they have to decide. They have to decide themselves to think for themselves. So to me, the question really would be not about making our students think for themselves, but what will compel. Okay, understanding what will compel our students or anyone. Actually, it doesn't have to be students. Okay, it really is anyone. And thinking is the hardest work. Thinking is really the hardest work. It consumes so much mental energy that a lot of people don't actually like to do it. Okay, but more than that, it's actually a lot easier to not think and have other people think for us, because if anything goes wrong, we can blame we can blame other people. It's all your fault. It's all your fault that it didn't work. It's a lot easier to do that. Okay, but when we do that, okay, when I do that, when I outsource my thinking to someone else because I don't want to think for myself, then what am I actually doing? I'm giving up my power. Okay, I'm giving up my what I can create, because if I surrender my thinking, and thinking is the one thing humans do exclusively compared to all the other creatures on the planet. Okay, our ability to be creative, our ability to assess, our ability to analyze, our ability to do all sorts of things, okay, through our thinking. But it's a lot of effort, okay, and it comes with a responsibility. Because if I start to think, then I need to acknowledge, that I am creating an outcome in my life. Okay, and I'm operating from that position that everything that occurs, okay, is the source is me. And I might not want to do that, then I outsource. Okay, you think for me, you tell me what to do, I'll do it. The problem starts when other people allow it. Okay, when the environment allows it, when the environment actually encourages it. Okay, in school, when teachers say, here's the solution, okay, here's the solution, here's the model answer, here's how to do something, here's, okay, don't have to think, okay, here's to pass, how to pass exams. Then what does the student need to do? Nothing. Nothing. Just take whatever it is. Something goes wrong, it's the teacher's fault. But they are trained. They are trained to not have to think, because everything is handed to them. The answers, the model answers, the solutions, the way to do things, and then and inevitably we become part of the crowd if that happens. We just follow. We just follow what somebody else is thinking. So it is not a matter of making students or anyone think or not. It is changing the environment. Okay, it's changing the environment and not making people lazy. Not giving them answers, not giving them solutions. Okay, but have them derive or find or discover the answers or solutions themselves. And sometimes it's tough. Okay, sometimes it's tough because we see when we know something, and then when we see someone doesn't know something, and then we want to rescue the person. And sometimes rescuing the person creates a negative outcome. Okay, creates an outcome that doesn't work. Give you an example. Okay, so thinking. Okay, let's take thinking as an act of helping yourself, helping myself. So when I think, I'm actually doing something for myself. The butterfly. Okay, so the butterfly come. Okay, before the butterfly became a butterfly, it was a caterpillar. Okay, at some point it goes into this cocoon state and forms this chrysalis, and something happens inside. Okay, something happens inside, and it transforms into a butterfly. Okay, inside this cocoon. Okay, or this, whatever you call this shell. And at some point, when it becomes a butterfly, it's ready to come out. It will create an opening, and it will attempt to squeeze through. Okay, it will create an opening. It will attempt to squeeze through this opening, and it looks tough. Okay, it looks tough, but we cannot help the butterfly. Okay, we cannot help the butterfly get out. As difficult as it is, we cannot help the butterfly get out. And most of us will feel compelled to help the butterfly because we look at it. Okay, we think that it is difficult. We think that it's in pain, and so we want to rescue the butterfly. How come we want to rescue the butterfly? Because we are asking ourselves, do we want to be in that situation? And if we are in that situation, someone come and rescue us. So that is in our mind. We want to rescue that because if we are in that situation, we want someone to rescue us. Okay, so it is about us. When we want to save someone else, mostly it is about wanting to save ourselves. That's number one. Number two, why can we not help the butterfly? Because it needs to go through the struggle. It needs to go through the pain. How come? Because it squeezes through that small hole, that small opening. As it squeezes out, it dries its wings. And then it can fly. If we attempt to rescue it by making the opening bigger, it will be easier for the butterfly to come out, right? It will be easier for the butterfly to come out. But what happens to the wings? it doesn't dry up. It doesn't dry up in the way that it needs to dry up. The butterfly cannot fly, the butterfly will die. So I talk about struggle, challenges, and obstacles. The universe gives us those gifts. Okay, and they're designed to help us grow. Okay, as we overcome the struggles, as we overcome our struggles, as I overcome my struggles, my challenges and obstacles, I grow because there's something that I learn. Okay, that expands my reality box, that expands my whatever, my experience of life. Okay, but if someone comes and helps me, okay, by taking away the struggle, the challenge, or the obstacle, what happens? That person is actually robbing me. That person is robbing me of my growth. That person is robbing me of my experience in life. That person is robbing me of all the important lessons that I might learn from going through these obstacles, struggles, and challenges. Okay, so that person who's helping me is ripping me off my experience of life. So should the person not help? Not in that way. Okay, not in the way of rescuing me. Okay, in a way that helps me overcome my struggles. It's not taking away. Okay, so it's not about taking away the challenges, the struggles, or the obstacles. Okay, but help means giving me tools, knowledge, and skills that allow me to overcome my own obstacles, challenges, and struggles. That's what help means. And then as a process, I grow. Okay, help is not taking away. And in the same way, if we want to help someone else, if I want to help someone else, it's not taking the problems away. Because if I take the problems away, the person, I'm robbing the person. I'm robbing the person of that person's growth. So if I want to help someone, it is not to spoil that person and take away the problems. It is to empower the person, tools, knowledge, skills, practice, tough love, they call it, to be able to overcome the challenges, obstacles, and struggles on their own. Okay, so I go back to thinking. Okay, people stop thinking when we do thinking for them. When we take away the need to think, they will start to outsource thinking. Okay, so don't do that. Okay, so don't do that. Okay, the way to have people think is to ask even more questions, is to challenge them even more. Okay, is to create more problems, give them more struggles, give them more challenges, and let them deal with it. Don't rescue them. Then they will start thinking, students or otherwise. That seems so cruel, right? How do you deal with anxiety? What is anxiety? Anxiety is being worried, right? So I'm thinking, what's anxiety? So anxiety is being worried. Anxiety is facing the unknown. Anxiety is a form of stress. Number one, acknowledge that. Okay, so anxiety usually comes up because we have something that's coming up that may be an unknown, maybe something that we don't know how to deal with, maybe something that is stretching us, pushing our limits, that may be, yeah, so all those things, right? So how do you deal with anxiety? Say thank you, universe. Say thank you, universe. Thank you, universe, for the problems, struggles, and challenges. Anxiety is just a sign that there are obstacles, challenges, and problems that I need to deal with. So the way to deal with anxiety is to, number one, say thank you, universe, for giving me a new set of problems, for giving me a new set of obstacles and challenges, for giving me a different game to play, for giving me a game that I don't know how to play, for giving me a gift. So that's how to deal. That's how I would deal with anxiety. Okay. Notice that there's an anxiety, and notice that wow, this anxiety is coming because um, I am shaken out. I'm taken out of my comfort zone. I'm taken out of my equilibrium. Okay, so what's equilibrium, right? Equilibrium is when everything is balanced, everything is going well. Okay, I'm sailing along, the sun is shining, um, I've got no worries, uh, everything is working out for me, no growth. In situations like this, no growth, zero. There's no expansion at all. Then anxiety, okay, if I start to experience anxiety, then I know, okay, something is coming up, something is round the corner that I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, I am shaken out of that. Everything is working, everything is nice. I'm taken out of that. I'm being taken out of that situation into a situation of being anxious. Get excited. Get excited. Oh, new adventure coming. New adventure coming. Don't know how to don't know what it's about. Don't care. Whatever it is, bring it on. Exciting times ahead. That's how. Nile. What is Jomo? I don't know what Jomo is. Fear FOMO is fear of missing out. Uh, okay, I actually don't know what Jomo is. I need to Google what Jomo is. Oh, so the dictionary says jomo is the pleasure derived from living in a quiet or independent way without feeling anxious that one is missing out on an exciting or interesting or on exciting or interesting events that may be happening elsewhere. Okay. Okay. So that's what the definition is. How to turn. Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to live in a quiet? Okay, so I ask, would I want to live in a quiet, independent way without feeling anxious that I'm missing out on something exciting or interesting? No, I don't. So I wouldn't want to turn FOMO into JOMO because it takes away my drive. It will take away if I'm contented. So if I'm living in a quiet, independent way without feeling anxious that I'm missing out on something interesting or exciting, um, then I might be I may be experiencing that so it is a state of no need. It's a state of everything's going well. Oh, joy of okay, that's what it is, joy of missing out. Um I don't want to be in a I don't want to be in a state of joy of missing out. I don't. I actually don't. Do I? No, I don't. I want to be anxious. I want to be worried. I want to be um, driven. Okay, that is something that I want that I don't have right now. Okay, I want to be driven by something that I want that I don't have right now. Okay, it's not for everyone. Okay, it is certainly not for everyone because we have one life. Okay, so okay, I might be understanding this differently, but from where I am that I'm seeing right now, do I want to be joyful that I'm missing out? Do I want to be joyful that I'm missing out on something? Yay! I don't have that. Hmm. Interesting. I get that some people want to have that. Okay. I don't think I'm one of those people. Okay. Because fear and joy are emotions, right? Fear and joy are emotions, neither good nor bad, neither right or wrong. Okay, the only question is it helping us move forward, okay, to get what we want in our lives, or is it working against us and keeping us stuck? So in the earlier question about overcoming FOMO, okay, so I also talked about there's no good or bad, right or wrong, okay, about that. It's just works for us or works against us. And then my response to that is not really overcoming FOMO. It's really being clear. Okay, it's really being clear about what it is that we feel that we are missing out. Okay, and and if that fear drives us to create, okay, the things that we want, then it's something that actually moves me forward. And fear is just feedback. Okay, so fear and joy are just it's just feedback. Okay, it's just feedback that hey, there's something that's going on. Okay, it is a state. Okay, and fear serves also to protect us. Okay, to protect us that hey, there's something that needs to be handled. Okay, that is not yet handled, and in handling that, I create expansion in my life. If I am just feeling joyful, that hey, I don't care. Okay, I don't care that I'm missing. I'm actually feeling joy. Um, then I might get complacent. I might make things okay. I really don't care. I really don't care. I feel joyful. Okay, it doesn't matter to me. I become indifferent. I may even come to a point of being apathetic. I don't care. Nothing matters. Okay. Then I ask myself, do I want to be in a state where nothing matters? Okay. Do I want to be in a state where I'm missing out something and it doesn't matter to me? Okay. I'm being joyful about it. Not really. Not really. Because it just tells me that so to me there's nothing there. Okay. There's nothing there. It doesn't move me anywhere. It doesn't. I might be in the moment, but then what's next? It doesn't actually move me anywhere. Okay, and I talked about this before. When things are smooth, when things are going well, when there's no problem, when I actually get worried. Okay, actually, not that I don't like it. I might enjoy it for a little while, but I actually get worried because I am not moving forward. I'm not experiencing expansion. I'm not growing. And every moment that I'm not growing in this lifetime, and I have limited time, right? We all have limited time. I have limited time. Okay, whatever the number of years, 80, 100, 120, 140, it doesn't matter. It is limited time. So for every moment that I'm not experiencing something that allows me to grow, it's a moment that is lost. It's a moment that I'm not moving forward. And so from moment to moment to moment to moment, if this moment and this moment and this moment, everything is going well, nothing's happening, okay, then this period, there is no movement, there is no growth. I'm just enjoying the state, okay, but it doesn't move me forward. And these moments are lost forever. They don't come back. I cannot say, okay, I want to come back here again and experience growth. I can't. It's gone forever. Why do I want to do that? No, no. So I don't know how to answer that question because it's not something I will do. Okay, it's not something that I would. FOMO is not something I would turn into jomo. Okay, that's from my perspective. Okay, I hope that it is. It may not be the same perspective from which the question is asked, but that's the perspective that I see from this whole FOMO jomo thing. Okay, okay. Um, it's 8:30. You guys are tough, tough customers, tough audience. But thank you. Okay, thank you again. Thank you again. Um, I was really anxious when this evening started. I was really anxious at 7:25. Okay, the team was telling me, Douglas, there's something wrong with your audio. There's something, and so I was really anxious. Okay, and I said, there's nothing I can do right now, because if I meddle with things anymore, it might fail, and we might not have a show. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I don't actually know if the audio is working well, but what I know is I wanted to be with you guys. Okay, and I wanted to be with you guys. I wanted to experience. Okay, so the anxiety increased my adrenaline level. Okay, increased my energy level, and I was thinking, okay, so if that's what's going to happen, okay, let's do this. Okay, let's do this and make the best of this next 60 minutes. Okay, so we choose our responses. I know the power of choosing outcomes starts with the power of choosing my response. Okay, so thank you for the 60 minutes. Thank you for very interesting questions. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your 60 minutes of your time. I hope that all of you have been inspired by the last 60 minutes, in the last 60 minutes. And if you are, help me to share, like, and subscribe. And let's get more of this done. Okay, let's do more of this. Okay, and let's I don't know, create the world that we want to see. Thank you all for being here. See you guys in a week's time. See all of you in a week's time. In the meantime, please take care. Okay, there's still lots of stuff that's going on in the world. There's still COVID, the new variants of COVID, and a few other viruses that seem to be emerging. Your body is your temple. Okay, it is your vessel. Take care, and I'll see you guys all next week. I'm Kid out.